All right, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, if you're watching the tournament all the way through, this is actually going to be round 10 of 12. The way the pair downs ended up falling out, we are going to have an extra match of Magic here for you all. So in round 10, we've got Kevin versus Irate. Irate is our Team Reclamation player that we watched in the previous round.
Sweet. Looks like we got a match starting up. Good deal.
Firing up here. We've got some Kruga fires here versus Reclamation. And having spent a lot of time on Magic Twitter and a little bit on Reddit, I can only assume the person without the companion has no chance at winning.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's no way. There's absolutely no chance. Zero. Well, one of these hands is good, and one of these hands is not good.
I don't know. Is the Fire's hand even good? Again, you know what matchup you're playing, right? Like, in the dark, you keep because they might be an aggro deck, but, like, the Bone Crusher Giant Sphinx hand isn't stellar against Reclamation, right?
You just told me the Sphinx hands are keeps.
Oh,
no matter what.
That's fair. That's fair. They are always keeps. I had forgotten. I apologize. Right, let's watch them scry, and then we're gonna put them up top. Are these all to the bottom? I think these are all to the bottom.
Those are horrible cards.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you keep the second Sphinx. Maybe, I don't know. Like, your hand already goes 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like, you don't need either of these cards, right?
Yeah, there's no way I'd keep these. Does it say anything that there are not really any mutate decks, or are we still just early in the release? Oh, well, I think the mutate decks are, like low to medium powerful, and these things, look at these two super powered jets we have right here. Like, I mean.
Speaking as someone who has played a lot of mutate decks on stream in the last week, both of the decks you are looking at here, in fact, all 5 of these decks that are still live, and even all 8 of the decks that got 7 wins in this tournament, they're all hard matchups for the mutate decks.
They just maul you.
The mutate decks are like these kind of mid-range aggressive decks, and they just can't get under or disrupt Wilderness Reclamation or Fires. You just can't.
That's where I'm at. It's just like they'll just maul you. It doesn't. I don't know. It's tough. Okay.
I like.
That's what we talked about.
I like this series from Kevin. Again, they know what's up. They know. I think Fires is the beatdown in this matchup. They just need to get their stuff into play and start attacking ASAP here.
Yeah. So that's a nice pickup, the fastest intervention actually, because it's going to stop the Sphinx of Foresight that they know is coming.
Yep.
Although, like, taking a smack or two from this Bone Crusher Giant is not free.
Yep.
So.
I expect we'll see intervention and/or dispute hit the Sphinx here.
Yeah, I think you have to intervention this one because you can dispute the Karuga the next turn. I don't know, it's pretty tough, but
interesting that we see the dispute happen here.
Yeah.
I guess Dispute's a card that has a real shelf life against Fires. So, like, if Fires happens, Dispute is then dead. So there is some urgency to use it ASAP, right?
That's pretty fair. This is going to be a really close game. Like, double Reclamation with Expansion Explosion is tough.
Yep.
They're going to go down to 8 here.
Yeah, and like I said, the onus is on the Fires deck to end this game ASAP. There isn't bigger than Reclamation plus Expansion Explosion in this format.
Do you just, like, stick Bone Crusher here? Like, put 8 on the table and say, all right, kill these?
Yeah, definitely. You're definitely playing a creature, like, which I think you could close your eyes and pick the creature at random, but you're definitely putting another thing into play.
Okay. That one's going to get countered.
We're looking.
Wait, what?
No, we're countering. Okay, whew. I was confused.
I was like, come on, dude.
Okay, so then if you're on the Temur Rec side, you get to go Reclamation, Explosion, the Bone Crusher Giant here.
That's pretty big.
It's very reasonable. They get to stick another threat next turn, and you're at 6. Wow, the bluff on the dispute's getting respected here.
Yeah, that's something.
And on the fire side, now you get to go stomp them, play Bone Crusher Giant like they're at 4.
Oh my
Well,
god.
now you just Kenny hit them to 1 and then have stomp on tap, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, are you dead because you shocked?
14 minus
It's
4.
15. They have 15 mana. They
No.
can only do 11. They can only do 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A little short.
Yep. Kenrith, the Return King here. The buy a box promo that is not standard playable.
It can only take so much. It can only take so much abuse. Man. I gotta step in. Oh,
Did I cross the line? No, that was really tame, Matthew.
God.
Can they kill Kenny and still have a counter spell for Stomp? I don't think so, right?
That's a good question.
Because the intervention is counter unless you pay 6. So yes, the answer is yes. Yes, you can six ball this Kenny, and then have Thassa to counter Stomp.
All right. Well, then how do you win the game after that?
With the next expansion explosion you draw.
There's 2 explosions down. Just for whatever that's worth. There's 2 explosions down. Okay.
I think Irate played this game really well. I like their
Me
lines.
too.
I think both players have played the game. All right.
On.
All right. You love to see it. You love to see it. Easy game.
That's nothing.
Easy game. I think both players played really well. I think the lines on Kevin's side were pretty straightforward. I think Irate had a little bit more nuance in them because they were playing from behind, but both players have taken good lines this game.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Okay, Shaki again. Yeah, that was a good one. Good.
I think that's what the games that the Fires deck wins in this matchup look like.
Yep.
They look like getting under them. And honestly, seeing how that game played out, I think I was wrong saying that they should have mulliganed their opening hand. I think the Bone Crusher Giant stomp into threat ended up looking really good.
Yeah, I think that's like the selling point I had is like you have 2, 3, 4 lined up, and like if they don't kill you,
well, you have 2, 3, 4, 5 because you have Kruga too, right?
Kruga
like
too.
you have the guaranteed 5-drop.
Yeah, if they don't kill you or disrupt you in some sort of way that's meaningful before then, like you put a real clock on them.
Which is kind of wild, right? Like you have 2 spells and you're guaranteed to curve 2 to 5.
Stupid, yeah.
Just like real nifty.
I'm looking at this. Yeah, no Legion War bosses here. That makes sense, I guess.
Oh, there were Legion War bosses on the Fire side.
They did not put them in though.
They didn't board them in. Okay, interesting. What is that card for if it's not coming against Temur?
It's like just mono, like blue-white control, like straight blue-white control.
Okay, yeah, must just be straight control. That makes sense.
Sounds pretty reasonable on each end, I think, because they're gonna play a long game, but basically Kevin's looking for any non-land at this point. All right. Irate needs to find some non-lands here as well. That is certainly a non-land.
Yep.
Boy, that's good.
And again, like going back to what we talked about a second ago, like
God.
if the hands the Fire deck win look like that last one, their current hand looks nothing like that, right? They've got no pressure, they've got endless disruption. And again, talking about who's the beatdown, I think the Fires deck has to be the beatdown in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't like the position for the Fires deck here right now. You can't stop this reclamation from happening.
Well, I mean, you're fine. Like, the reclamation doesn't matter at all. Like, you have Teferi and you have tons of removal spells for it.
That's true.
And I guess you have Kruga in a way, too. And Kruga draws off a Banishing Light, right?
1, 2. Oh, yeah, it's non-land. Or it's non-land permanent, right?
Kruga the Macro Sage here?
Each other permanent, not necessarily. Huh. Well. And they found fires.
He's such a cute hippo, Maddie.
Yeah, it's a good looking card. The art is so good on these
The
cards.
the art design in this set really just knocked it. As someone who's like not super into the Vorthos aspect, like and
Yeah.
average, like the art design was truly stellar. See, the Blast Zone come into play here for Irate. Probably gonna be taking that up to 3 to kill the Teferi, I assume. So might see Teferi cash in to draw a card here.
Yeah, it's funny. There's Tef and Banishing Light, so your threes are pretty exposed here.
Yep, and the Banishing Lights are heads up, right? Like we don't know that they're in the hand, but we know they're in the deck.
Yep. Hmm. Well, interesting push and pull. They have this fires in hand and don't want to deploy it because they want to have Mystic Dispute up. Makes sense.
Yeah, little bit of tension there with your namesake card and the counter magic that you need to not be dying here.
Interesting game here.
The disputes are kind of awkward on both sides in a way, right? Because like on the Rex side, you need to fire off any that you have ASAP because once they have fires, your dispute is a dead draw. And on the fire side, you also just need to be firing them off ASAP because you want to get fires down at some point. There's like both sides are hoping to like cash these in as soon as possible.
Yeah. What do you do here? Yeah. I mean, that's on the board. There's Teferi.
So Kruga,
I'd say it has to be Kruga here, right?
yeah, I like this in a way. Like with the Teferi out, it's pretty unlikely that the Reclamation deck does anything too crazy. And in a single turn, and like you have Banishing Light and Conquer's Death, so like if they deploy some permanents to the board, you could be okay. Although I guess the Blast Zone changes that dynamic a little bit, huh?
A little bit. I mean, it gets to blow up Tef here. I don't know.
So are we killing Teferi? Okay, we must not be killing Teferi because if we were killing Teferi, we're doing it in response to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we just missed it. I
Might
could
have
have just
missed.
missed it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might have been a miss.
just cycling makes sense.
That's another good rip. Yeah, these Triumphs have actually been really important in these decks too. It gets to fill another card in the graveyard for Uro, which is really important.
Yep, and the Triumphs, I know that they're not a full control deck, but they're a combo control deck, and the Triumphs really let these decks that have always wanted to kind of play 27, maybe even 28 lands, like play that many lands without feeling bad about it, right? Because you don't actually float out.
Yeah. Wow. That's another good one. Again, we're just like getting to this point where like the Reclamation deck just have so much mana, and I don't know.
Love this line from Irate. Getting to get the Wilderness Reclamation into play and then untap your Blast Zone, so now you get to play spells on their turn. Lot of different decisions on the Fire's player part here, how they want to finish this game up.
Yeah.
How aggressive do they want to be or not? I think I like the Conqueror's Death line here to start. Just like get the Reclamation off the table.
Yeah, I'm pretty into that.
And then like if they try to keep the Reclamation, you like get to just like windmill the Cavalier and like run them down.
Yep.
There's also merit to leading on the Cavalier though, so that way you can loot through some of your bad cards, like maybe find a Teferi so you don't do the big thing.
I guess I'm a pretty big fan of like sticking to ECD first.
Yep, Conqueror's Death ended up being the primary thing here.
Hmm.
Are we gusting our own Reclamation? That seems loose.
Yeah, that does seem quite loose. Okay. That's Cavalier time.
Yep, looks like it.
And
love it.
They have Mystic. Yeah.
Easy Aether Gust.
Yeah, you gotta gust it. Again, you see the awkwardness with the dispute. Can't do it because of the fires that's in hand. So.
Yep.
Or that's on the table. Excuse me.
Cavalier back to the top of the deck. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Kruga.
I assume we're going to see a temple or a land of some sort go down. Like, it sucks to be the scry value, but you want to get your lands into play, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty into that.
So if the Cavalier comes down next turn, it can... At the Cavalier plus Bone Crusher are actually lethal, right? Because they'll pump 3, Cavalier is 9, Kruga is 8.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a blocker here, though. That changes the dynamic a little bit. Taking a little bit of life.
These lands are so good. All right. Well, Mystical Dispute is interesting here. It doesn't really do much though, so they need a way to get rid of this fires.
A couple of folks asking about the frame rate on the top of this stream here. Until Wizard of the Coast is able to provide us with an official spectator mode, the way we're able to produce these tournaments with our coverage is by our wonderful players being willing to share their screens via Discord screen sharing. So not everybody's computer is super fast, and we don't want to disqualify people because of that. So long as it's functional, even if it's a little choppy, we're A-okay with that. We appreciate the players being here playing in the tournament so we can do awesome coverage of it. Yep, so worth noting here, the Mystic Dispute, again, kind of dead, like we talked about. It'll be interesting to see. The Cavalier plus Banishing Light is not enough to kill once you remove the Uro. We could just see double Banishing Light here. Just like exile the Uro.
Don't hate that.
Yeah, exile the Uro, exile the Reclamation, and then like with the Conqueror's Death trigger up there, they can easily have lethal next turn, right?
I would say it allows the lethal to be available for next turn, and you take their 2 biggest problem cards off the table.
Yep, they're only 2 cards off the table, right?
Yeah, and they're only on 1 blast zone, so like you're pretty safe too. Those are fairly safe. Huh.
So we get Banishing Light here. On the Uro, we smack them for 5 down to 15. Now, notably, the Storm's Wrath can kill the Kruga next turn, but Cavalier plus Bone Crusher Giant will still be enough to get the game across the finish line the following turn.
Yep. Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to get back here.
This is honestly kind of impressive. My gut instinct was that the Fires deck would be a pretty hard time here, but both these games have been really competitive again.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this one's all but over here. It looks like that doesn't do anything.
Oh.
I could be wrong, I guess.
Wait, are we
trying to counter it?
Are we not Storm's Wrathing? That's surprising to me. I kind of like bottoming both of these. You just like looking for things to kill them, and it doesn't really matter. The game is over.
Right.
I guess you could technically. Oh, we get to get Teferi back. So yeah, just none of it matters.
Nothing matters.
Guaranteed have them dead because of this last chapter. So now you just know that like this works.
Yep. Got this Cavalier. You can pitch the 3 cards that are not great and just leave the Bone Crusher in hand.
Okay, and we see kind of an upset there, right? Like we see the Jeskai Fires deck come up with the 2-0 win over the Temur deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I thought the Temur deck would be a little bit better off there. And that was just good back and forth. But in the end, Jeskai Fires holds it down.
Yeah, and even with 2 very different draws, right? Like in the first game, we saw them have a really aggressive curve, which is how I thought things would need to play out. But in that second game, they were kind of slow and just had a little bit of disruption to start. Yeah,
it was interesting. The second, I didn't really like the second game hand, but it ended up proving to be just like good enough. And their deck's full of like really must answer cards, so it's tough for the Reclamation deck, I think, to get out from under some things that they had going on.
Okay. Well, we've got 2 more rounds. We have three players left in our tournament. We've got our player that was our last undefeated in the tournament waiting in round 12 for whatever the winner of the next match is. We're going to take a quick word from our wonderful sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. here. And so shout out to them for supporting our tournament here today. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere.
We assure you we are open. CoolStuffInc.com is still open for business, buying your singles and miniatures, and selling TCGs, board games, and more. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.